is Sri Varalakshmi Maturi. Welcome back to my channel. Today our topic is about finding the limit sums of definite integration. This concept is the most important as well as expected problems for the MSET both AP and TS for the 2020. In this video, I am including all possible types of limit sums fully loaded with PYQs and expected problems. These are the 20 problems will give you a clarity about this concept very thoroughly. Let's start our topic. First of all, in the limit sum, what you supposed to observe is the general form of limit sum is limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma sum variable value r1 r equal to sum a to b f of x may be there. In terms of r also there may be. Now this total will be removed and how it will be converted as integration with the limit of a to b is our topic now. Or maybe based on the limit, based on the value of n. Let's start our topic first. We are starting our topic with very basic problem. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by 2n plus 1 plus 1 by 2n plus 2 plus 1 by 2n plus 3 and so on 1 by 2n plus n. If you observe that whenever we wanted to convert anything, any limit value, sum of these infinity terms to the integration, you should have these three terms. That is, limit n tends to infinity, yes, there. 1 by n, not there. Sigma, not there. So first of all, let me write that limit n tends to infinity as it is. Now use sigma. Use a variable value either r or I, that is our wish. Which we should take it as a variable value means which is constant, don't change it. Observe that everything is in the form of 1 by 2n plus 1, 2n plus 2, 1 by 2n plus 3. Definitely 10th term will be 1 by 2n plus 10. So every time what is changing? This term 1, 2, 3. That we have to take it as r. That is started from what value? From 1. Ended with what value? N. So sigma r equal to 1 to n. 1 by 2n is the constant thing. Nothing but there is no change in the given. But what is the change every time? 1, 2, 3. So better to keep r. For example, they have given sigma r equal to 1 to 4, a plus r is given. What will you do? Sigma, how will you expand the sigma? A plus, first time r value, what is that? 1. Do I need to keep into or plus? Yes, I need to keep plus. Reason, it is the summative. A. Now, how can I expand a plus r as a plus 1 plus a plus, this time 2 because 1 completed. Again a plus 3, a plus 4. Can I write a plus 5 also? No, we should end with 4. So here also started with 1 and ended with n. In that way, I have written this entire expansion in terms of a sigma. Okay, two terms we got. What are the two terms we got? Limit and sigma we got. What we need to get still? N value. For that, limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 1 to n. Just take out n is common, 2 plus r by n. Now this entire limit n tends to infinity r equal to 1 to 1 by 1 was changed. But while changing into integration, we need the upper limit and lower limit. In what way we can take it? First find out what is the upper limit and lower limit. By assuming that r by n value is some x. If r is equal to n, then n by n equal to x. So upper limit is equal to 1. Coming to lower limit, what is the lower value of r is 1. So 1 by n equal to x. We know when n tends to infinity, definitely 1 by n tends to 0. So now entire one converted in terms of integration, lower limit 0 to upper limit 1, 1 by this 1 by n, this limit as well as summative was gone. Now 1 by 2 plus I have taken r by n is some x dx. Now here onwards you know very well how to find out the integration of dx by 2 plus x. It is simply in the form of log of 2 plus x. Go for applying the limits. Log of 2 plus 1 minus log of 2 plus 0. So log 3 minus log 2. We know log a minus log b is log of a by b, which is 3 by 2. We got the answer. Very simple. Just observe, is it in the having 1 by n, sigma and a limit. The entire one we can convert in terms of x by choosing that r by n value is x. Let's move to the next problem. See a second problem. Limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 1 to n 4r cube by r power 4 plus n power 4 is equal to p. Then e power p will be what? There itself they have mentioned the entire one. What is missing here? Yes, 1 by n is missing. Let us take that limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 1 to n. To get the 1 by n value, let me take out n cube is out, nothing but I am dividing with n power 4 is nothing but here n power 4 means here n cube is better. But from the denominator r power 4 by n power 4 plus 1 into n power 4 we got. So here limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 1 n cube by n power 4 into 4 into r by n whole cube by r by n whole power 4 plus 1. Yes, now we got the desired form. We know the procedure now. We will assume that r by n value is x. We will find out the lower limit as well as upper limit. Do you know what is the lower limit? Clearly it is coming with the 1 to n. So 1 by n is equal to 0. So lower limit is 0. Upper limit. What is the upper limit here? N by n, which is equal to x. So convert into integration form. Integration limits are 0 to 1. 4 into r by n whole cube means you can write it as 4x cube dx by x power 4 plus 1. By taking that x power 4 plus 1 is some t, you can get it 4x cube dx is equal to dt. Clearly we are getting the dt by some t, nothing but log of x power 4 plus 1 we got it. Use the limit 0 to 1, which is equal to p. Already they were said it. Log of, apply the limit now. Upper limit and lower limit 1 power 4 plus 1, which is equal to 2 minus log 1 equal to p. We know log 1 anyhow 0. So log 2 is equal to p. Convert into exponential form. E power p is equal to 2. Then answer is 2. Let's move to the next problem. Now it is already in the desired form. So if you remove these, convert it into the integration. Just observe the what is the lower limit as well as upper limit. Clearly it is tends from 1 to n. We know that lower limit is 1 by n. 1 by n value is 0. Upper limit value is n by n, which value is 1. By choosing that r by n value is x, the entire one will be converted as e power x dx. We know the integration of e power x dx is e power x only. Apply the limit 0 to 1, e power 1 minus e power 0. E power 1 is e only, minus e power 0 is 1. E minus 1 will be the answer. Let us move to the next problem. See here, this is also one more very basic problem, but this help you a lot for understanding this concept easily. Limit n tends to infinity 1 power 4 by 1 power 5 plus n power 5 plus 2 power 4 by 2 power 5 plus n power 5. Here you should understand where the change is happening and which is the changing one. Do we need to write 1 by here or what we supposed to write? Clearly, limit n tends to infinity. Let me write a sigma r equal to, from where to where it was started, from r equal to 1 to, again it was ended with n clearly, so r equal to 1 to n. Here which is changing? As numerator is also changing, and the denominator is everything is a fixed one. No, here 1 is 2. That means in terms of n power 5 plus n power 5, this one and this one is changing from 1 to n. So here what I should write? R power 4 by r power 5 plus n power 5. To convert it into the limit form, to the integration form, what is missing? 1 by n term is missing. So limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 1 to n. Just divide with the n power 4 here and multiply with n power 4. Then here it is divide with n power 5. By taking the n power 5 is common. 1 time and here n time. We got the desired form. By choosing r by n is some x, you can get the lower limit is again it is 1 only there. So 1 by n or 2 by n or 10 by n, whatever it is, definitely tends to 0. So lower limit x equal to 0. Upper limit is ending with n, n by n. So 0 to 1. R by n whole power 4 can be written as x power 4 by x power 5 plus 1. Here onwards you know very well how to convert by taking that. Now x power 5 plus 1 is, let us assume some variable as t. Now you can write it as differentiation of x power 5 is 5 into x power 4 dx is equal to dt. Now x power 4 dx is equal to dt by 5 into this entire value is t. But we are missed the what are the limits. So for finding the limits, then do it normally 1 by 5 log t. Ignore the limits. Now 1 by 5. Now apply what is t means, because it saves the time for us. T means it is x power 5 plus 1. Now apply the limit very easily, 0 to 1. 1 by 5 log 1 plus 1, it is log 2. Then answer is 1 by 5 log 2 is the answer. Here if we find out the upper limit as well as lower limit for again for the t takes much time. That is why ignore it, but at last apply the limit by converting the t in terms of x again. Let us move to the next problem. We are in the second category of this kind of problem. That means whenever we don't know the nth term properly. Observe here 1 cube plus n cube plus 2 cube plus n cube. Definitely here what will be happen? It will be n square by, it is ending with n cube plus n cube. Now is it are we getting the 1 by 2n or not? Let us see. N square by 2n cube. Yes, we are getting, so 1 by 2n. So what we have to write? Limit n tends to infinity, sigma r is equal to 1 to n, again 1 and n, 1 to n. So what I can write here? R square by r cube plus n cube. Here onwards you know how to convert it into the desirable form to get the integration. Limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n, r square by n square into n square, r cube by n cube plus 1 into n cube, n square one time, n cube one time. Now by taking r by n value is x, this entire will be converted again lower limit is 0 because anyhow 1 by n is nothing but the 0. It is ending with n, so n by n is will become 1. Now x square by x cube plus 1. It is exactly looking like a previous problem. We will take it x cube plus 1 is equal to as some t. Then 3x square dx is some dt. Then x square dx definitely will become dt by 3. I told you ignore the limits. So 1 by 3 log t. Immediately convert the 1 by 3 log t as you have to write x cube plus 1. I am asking you to ignore the limits only for time saving. Now apply the usual digits 0 to 1. 1 by 3 log 2 minus log 0. Nothing but a log 1 which is a 0. So 1 by 3 log 2 will be the answer. Let us move to the next problem. Now can you convert this one into the limit form? So yes, limit n tends to infinity. First to make it into 1 root 1, 2 root 2 plus n root n by 5 by 2. So what we can do here? Clearly r root r I have to, and don't forget about limit r equal to 1 to again 1 to n only by n power 5 by 2 is there constantly. Now limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n. Can I write this n power 5 by 2 as n into n power 1 by 2? Yes, we can write. Now limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n, r by n root r by n power 1 by 2 I am writing as root n into already n is left, so 1 by n. Now you can write 0 to 1 because started with 1. Obviously lower limit is 0, ended with n by n means 1. So this entire will be cancelled and converted into r by n. Anyhow we have taken it as x, so x root x dx. 0 to 1, x root x can be written x power 3 by 2 dx. Just recall the integration of x power n. We know that x power n plus 1 by n plus n. So clearly x power 5 by 2. How I got 5 by 2 means 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 2 plus 1. 0 to 1. Now x power 5 by 2. This pi by 2 will be reciprocal as 2 by 5. Apply the limit. Clearly 2 by 5 will be the answer. Hence we got the option D. Let's move to the next problem. Now look at the problem. It was the very important and expected one for this year even. Now limit n tends to infinity n into 1 by 3n square plus 8n plus 4. Usually what we have seen until now, whether they were in the form of the usual factors or summatives are there, simply we were converted it into the sigma form. But it is no chance. Which one we should take it as, or we don't know. So very simple thing. First what I am going to do is I want to convert this quadratic equation in terms of two factors. For that 3n square plus 3 fours 12, so 6n plus 2n plus 4. Then 1 by 3n square plus 12n plus 4n, because 3 16ths is 48, plus and so on, plus 1 by 15n square. We did not get any hint for the nth term, so leave it. Now limit n tends to infinity n into 1 by, factorize it. Now see here, yes, I have factorized this. First one as changed as 3n plus 2 and the next one is n plus 2. Next factors are 3n plus 4 and n plus 4. Can you guess like that what will be? Yes, it is 3n is common, but even integral values they are giving. So the next one is 3n plus 6 plus 3n plus 6 into n plus 6. Then in the same way, can I write this 15n square as 3n into 5n? Yes, we can write it. But by writing that, what is the use? Let me explain what is the use by writing that 15n square as in that way. Now n into 1 by 3n plus 2 into n plus 2 plus 3n plus 4 into n plus 4 and so on. Clearly here also 3n plus some value, n plus some value. To get that it is the 5n, what I supposed to add? Yes, I supposed to add 2n, here also 2n. Now I got 15n square. Now you got it. What is that? What is the change? From 2 to 2n we got it. So we can, what we can do here, limit n tends to infinity n into limit r is equal to 1 to n. But here 2n is there. Why we are taking it is n? Let me explain. Can we take r equal to 2? Next one is 4. Next one is 6. No, summative will be consecutive. So that is why r equal to 1 to n. 3n plus 2r into 3n n plus 2r. In that way we have to write. That is why I have taken r equal to 1, because it is an even number. Even number can be expressed as 2r. Now what we can do here? Let us take out limit n tends to infinity n into sigma r equal to 1 to n 1 by 3 plus 2r by n into n plus 2r by n. That means n will be converted as 1. This n and this n will become n square. N and n square 1 by n will be. So entire one, limit n tends to infinity 1 by n, limit r equal to 1 to n will be converted as 2 into r by n into 1 plus 2 into r by n. Now we can convert by taking r by n is x. Let's solve this. Now this entire can be converted as integration 1 by 3 plus 2x into 1 plus 2x dx. Go for the limits is r equal to 1 to n anyhow 0 to 1. Integration 0 to 1 dx by, let's multiply this, 2x into 2x plus 1 plus 3 into 2x plus 1. Let me factorize. I am splitting now. The factors into 4x square plus 2x plus 6x, which is 8x plus 3. Go for the completing square, or maybe by using the partial fraction also we can do it. So I am going to do as partial fraction without converting into. So a by 2x plus 1 plus b by 2x plus 3. A into 2x plus 3 plus b into 2x plus 1. 2ax plus 2bx. No x terms here. So take it is 0. So a plus b is equal to 0. Then 3a plus, go for the multiplication b, which is equal to 1 because constant 1 is there. A equal to minus b. So minus 3b plus b is equal to 1. Minus 2b equal to 1. So b equal to minus 1 by 2. The same way a equal to 1 by 2. Even by triple fraction taking the completing square also you'll get, but completing square will give you much time. That is why we are doing in a partial fraction method. Now 1 by 2 into integration 0 to 1 dx by 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 2 integration 0 to 1 dx by 2x plus 3 log of, by taking it is minus common you can do it, or normally also log of 2x plus 1 1 by 2, but already 2x means into 2 minus 1 by 2 into 2 log of 2x plus 3. Apply the limit now. 1 by 4 log 2x plus 1 minus log of 2x plus 3. 0 to 1. 1 by 4 log of 3 minus log of 2x, 2 into 0 plus 1. So it will become log 1. Go for the log of 2x plus 3. 2 into 1 plus 3, which is log 5, minus, if you keep it is 0, 3. Let's simplify. 1 by 4 into log 3 minus log 5, minus into minus plus log 3. You may can get it 1 by 4 into log of log 3 will become 2 log 3 minus log 5. You can write 1 by 4 into 2 log 3 is log 3 square, which is log 9. Log 9 minus log 5 will become log of 9 by 5. We got the required answer. This is the given answer. See, this is a very important concept. Let's move to the next problem. Now see here, limit n tends to infinity 1 by n square secant square 1 by n square plus 2 by n square secant square 4 by n square is there. Now let us convert it into, reduce it into the limit form. Limit n tends to infinity. But here you have to observe that what is changing. First term means 1, second term means 2. Obviously nth term means n. That is by n by n square. So it became the n. Here it is 2 means 2 square, 1 means 1 square. So obviously here n means here n square by n square. That is why we got 1. So what I can write now here? R by n square into secant square r by n, r square by n square. But it is not in our form. That is why let's use the sigma. R equal to 1 to n. So limit n to 1, limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n. Can I write r by n square as 1 by n into r by n? Yes, we can write into secant square r by n whole square. By choosing r by n is x and a lower limit anyhow 1, upper limit is lower limit anyhow 0, upper limit is 1. Now let's convert this total into integration 0 to 1 x secant square x square dx. Let me assume this x square is some t. You may get 2x dx is equal to dt 0 to 1, but let us convert it. By taking x is equal to 0, definitely t also 0 because 0 square, lower limit is 0. Coming to upper limit, in place of x if I substitute 1 is t value is also 1. There is no change in the limit 0 to 1. X and dx are converted as dt by 2 into secant square t. Now 0 to 1 secant square t dt into 1 by 2. We all know that secant square x dx is tan x, so 1 by 2 tan t. Apply the limit 0 to 1 half into tan 1 minus tan 0. Tan 0 anyhow 0, half into tan 1. I am not saying tan inverse 1, it is tan 1. So we got half tan 1 is the answer. Let us move to the next problem. See here, I brought you a new and a challenging problem. Find the limit to infinity of nothing but limit n tends to infinity root n by root n cube plus root n by root over n plus 4 whole cube plus and so on root n by root over n plus n minus 1 into 4 whole cube. By understanding that numerator has no change, only in the denominator is change. Let's write it into the our desired form. Limit n tends to infinity sigma. But you have to observe that where is the change and from what term to the what term it was changed. N cube. Can I write n cube as n plus 0 whole cube? Yes. N plus 4 whole cube means 4 into 1. Then can I write next one is root n by root over n plus 4 into 2. Here 4 into 0, 4 into 1, 4 into 2. So 4 into n minus 1. From where to where the change is there? 0 to n minus 1. So r equal to 0 to n minus 1. Numerator root n by denominator root over n plus 4r whole cube. Let's convert it into simplified form. Limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 0 to n minus 1. Root n I am writing as n power 1 by 2 by n plus 4r whole power 3 already there, so 3 by 2. Now limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 0 to n minus 1 n power 1 by 2 by take out n is out n into 1 plus 4 into r by n whole power 3 by 2. So here power is 3 by 2. Now limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 0 to n minus 1 n power 1 by 2 by n power 1 by 2 into 1, because I expressed n power 3 by 2 as n power 1 by 2 into n. Now 1 plus 4 into r by n whole power 3 by 2. N power 1 by 2 get cancelled. Now let me assume that r by n is some x. Coming to the lower limit, lower one is 0, 0 by n, anyhow 0. So lower limit is 0. Coming to upper limit, n minus 1 by n. Can we express n minus 1 as n by n minus 1 by n? Yes, n by n anyhow 1, 1 by n anyhow 0. So x is 1. Why n by 1 by n is tends to 0? Because n is tends to infinity means 1 by n, 1 by n square, 1 by n cube, all will tends to 0. Now limit, entire one I am converting. So integration 0 to 1 dx by 1 plus 4x whole power 3 by 2. Let me convert this one. 0 to 1, 4x plus 1 whole power, denominator is there, so I am converting it as negative power. Applying 4x plus 1 whole power minus 3 by 2 plus 1 by minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Already 4x is there, so it will give you 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 into minus 3 by 2 plus 1 will give you minus 1 by 2. Reciprocal is minus 2 by 1 into 4x plus 1 whole power minus 1 by 2, 0 to 1. Getting cancelled. Minus 1 by 2 into 4x plus 1. Apply the limit 0 to 1. Now minus 1 by 2 into, apply the limit 1 by 4 into 1 plus 1 root over minus 1 by root over 4 into 0 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by root 5 minus 1 by 1. Multiplying with minus, so 1 by 1 minus 1 by root 5 into 1 by 2. Simply I multiplied with minus, that's why a minus b will become b minus a. 1 by 2 into root 5 minus 1 by root 5. Still, if we want to simplify, we should not leave the answer with the irrational. So I am rationalizing with the denominator root 5. 1 by 2 into root 5 into root 5, 5 minus root 5 by root 5 into root 5, it is 5. So 5 minus root 5 by 2 5s are 10. Then limit n tends to infinity, the given one is 5 minus root 5 by 10 will be the answer. Let us move to the next problem. The next problem is limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 5 to 5n plus 5. But here 1 by n is missing. For that, let me take out n square is common from the denominator. The limit n tends to infinity sigma r equal to 5 to 5n plus 5 n square by n square whole power 3 by 2. Here n square and n cube is there, obviously by cancelling n will be there. By assuming that r by n as some x, Find out the lower limit as well as upper limit. Lower limit is 5 by n. We know if n is tends to infinity, 5 by n is tends to 0. So lower limit is 0. Coming to upper limit, 5n plus 5 by n, which is equal to x. So 5n by n plus 5 by n. Then upper limit of the given integration is 5. 0 to 5 dx by 1 plus x square whole power 3 by 2. Now let me take out x square common from here. Then you may get that 1 plus 1 by x square whole power 3 by 2. 0 to 5 dx by x cube into 1 plus 1 by x square whole power 3 by 2. Then let us assume that 1 plus 1 by x square is summa t minus 2 by x cube dx will become dt. I am trying to find out the integration of this one with the help of a variable t. Now you can get it dt by minus 2 into t whole power 3 by 2. I told you while we are solving the without actually using the again changing the upper limit and lower limit, you may get the answer easier. So what I am going to do is I am leaving like this and I am trying to find out the what is the integration minus 1 by 2 t power minus 3 by 2 dt. Then the integration of minus 1 by 2 into t power minus 3 by 2 dt can be written as minus 1 by 2 t power 1 by 2, that too minus 1 by 2. Getting cancelled. So 1 by root over t. 1 by root over t means already we taken it is 1 plus 1 by x square. Now apply the limits 5 and 0. You will get the required answer as root 26 by 5 will be the answer. Let us move to the next problem. Limit n tends to infinity. Here even summative is also not either sigma, but you can observe that r is varies from the 1 to n. So r is equal to 1 to n, r power k by n power k plus 1. Let us change it into the desired form. Limit n tends to infinity, r is equal to 1 to n, r power k by n power k into n. By taking r by n is a variable x, it is varies from 1 to n, so you can write 0 to 1 x power k dx is the integration. So clearly x power k plus 1 by k plus 1 will be the integration of the x power k. Apply the limit. Then 1 by k plus 1 minus 0 by k plus 1. Clearly answer is 1 by k plus 1. Let us move to the next problem. This problem is very simple, but if you observe that this problem has some tricky solution. See clearly. First of all, limit n tends to infinity, we are converting the first one into the desired form of limit sigma and 1 by n. Clearly it is started varies from the 1 to n, so sigma is equal to r equal to 1 to n. Clearly it is in the form of r power 4 by n power 5. So what we can do here, limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n, r power 4 by n power 4 into 1 by n, as we know that it is n power 5. In the same manner, let me convert limit n tends to infinity r cube by n power 5, which is sigma varies from the r is equal to 1 to n. So limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n r cube by n cube into 1 by n into 1 by n. This total will be converted as integration. It is varies from 1 to n anyhow. So 0 to 1 x power 4 minus now 1 by n into, but here additional 1 by n is there. We know that 1 by n value is what? 0. So without writing this one, write 0. 0 to 1 integration of x power 4 can be written as x power 5 by 5. Apply the integration. 1 by 5 minus 0 by 5. Then answer is 1 by 5. So here clearly 1 by n square is there. We know that limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 1 to n into 1 by n, some r cube by n cube. We know it is 0 to 1, some x cube dx we will get it. But here additionally 1 by n is there. We know that 1 by n value is what? 0. So 0 into something, 0. Let us move to the next problem. Limit n tends to infinity, 1 by na plus 1 by na plus 1 plus 1 by na plus 2 plus and so on 1 by nb. But I need to get in the form of na plus something. But here b is there. How can I write b as in terms of a mean? So can I write that n of b plus a and minus a? Yes, obviously we can write. So what I am going to express as it as n by na plus n of b minus a. So it is varies from 0 to n of b minus a. Now change it into the desired form. Limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to, it is started from 0 to n into b minus a, 1 by na plus r. Now what we will do, here in this 1 by n is missing, so to get that one, take out n is common, choose that r by n as x, apply the lower limit, 0 by n. We know that 0 by n is nothing but 0 by infinity is 0 itself. Coming to the upper limit, n into b minus a by n, which is equal to the upper limit b minus a. So integration 0 to b minus a dx by, because this totally converted in terms of integration a plus x. We know that integration of dx by a plus x can be written as a log of a plus x, 0 to b minus a. Apply the limit, log of a plus b minus a minus log of a plus 0. A get cancelled. We got log b minus log a. Clearly log of b by a will be the answer. See here, it's a very simple problem. Here you understood already what is changing, but it is some other way is there. To get the b, what I have done, I added a, I subtracted the a. Later I converted into the na plus 0, na plus 1, na plus 2 in the same way, na plus n into b minus a. Now it is varies, r is varies from 0 to n into b minus a. Now we converted in terms of integration. We applied the limit. Then I got the log of b by a is the required limit sum. Let us move to the next problem. Now we have entered into the another category of limit sums. Those are, until now we have seen that all are maybe when the operands are added in terms of a sigma we converted. But actually these were entirely multiplied and having a power 1 by n. Like this situation is there is no other thing. Simply we will assume this as some variable y. Let me assume this total is some variable y. Y equal to limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 into n plus 2 into n plus 3 into and so on 2n whole power 1 by n by n. First of all, let me simplify this one as n plus 1. So obviously it end with the 2n means you can write it as n plus n whole power n by n. So what I am going to do is, let me take out n is common from the all the n terms. So it will become n power n. So what will happen? N plus 1 will become as 1 plus 1 by n. N plus 2 will become 1 plus 2 by n. And so on. 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by n. Whole by n. Then y is equal to limit n tends to infinity n power n and 1 power n. We know that ab whole power m can be written as a power m into b power m. In the same way, n power n whole power n can be written as n. N and this n get cancelled. What is left over is 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n into and so on. 1 plus 1 is left over. Whole power n. First sum of the logs I have explained, and log a power m can be written as m log a. So what will happen when we applied the log here? Let us see what will happen. Apply log on both sides. Log y is equal to log of 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n and so on. 1 plus 1 whole power 1 by n. Then log y is equal to 1 by n into limit n tends to infinity log of. We know that log ABC can be written as log a plus log b plus log c. So log of 1 plus 1 by n plus log of 1 plus 2 by n plus and so on. Log of 1 plus 1 I am writing it as n by n. Clearly, now we can convert into the desirable form. To convert into integration, sigma varies from the 1 by n to n by n. So r equal to 1 to n log of 1 plus r by n. Log y is equal to integration 0 to 1 log of 1 plus x dx is left. But we know that log x has no integration. Let us use the isolate integration by parts formula. Logarithm is there, so it is the first function. So you take it as u and dx is v. Let's start the integration. Now after applying the isolate integration by parts formula, log of 1 plus x is log of 1 plus x. Integration of dx is x minus 1 by 1 plus x. Differentiation of log of 1 plus x is 1 by 1 plus x already x is there. For the integration, add 1 and subtract 1 here to make it. Then log of 1 plus x into x minus x plus 1 by x plus 1 minus into minus plus 1 by 1 plus x. So here clearly log of 1 plus x minus nothing is there means x plus log of 1 by x can be written as log of 1 plus x. Now apply the integration 0 to 1. You can write it as 1 into log 2 minus 1 plus log 2. If I keep 0, it will be 0. If I substitute 0, x as 0, this is log 1, 0. So we got that log y is equal to 2 log 2 minus 1. Let's convert 2 log 2 minus 1. You can write it as 2 log 2 is log 2 square. Because m log a can be written log a power m. So 2 square means 4 minus 1 means you can write as log e to the base e. So log of 4 by e. As we know that log a minus log b is log a by b. So I got log 4 by e. Already log y is there, but I want the y value. Log and log cancel. Answer is 4 by e. In this way we can solve this answer. Let's move to the next one. Now look at the problem. Limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 into n plus 2 and so on 3n whole power 1 by n power 2n. This problem is exactly similar to the previous problem what we have discussed. So here there is a n terms are there, but here 2n terms are there because of we can write 3n as n plus 2n. So 2n terms I taken n common from the all the given factors. How many times? 2n times. That is why n power 2n taken common, whole power 1 by n, denominator n power 2n. Again I applied 1 by n, whole power is there. It is getting cancelled. We got like this. I have applied a log on both sides by assuming it is a y. I have applied the log. Now it is converted into the given format like this. Log y equal to 1 by n into sigma r equal to 1 to 2n, because until 2n terms is there, n tends to limit n tends to infinity, log of 1 plus r by n. Now our usual process starts by assuming that r by n value is x. Apply the lower limit 1 by n. We know that n tends to infinity, definitely 1 by n tends to 0. Upper limit, it is 2n by n which is equal to x. So clearly it tends to 2. 0 to 2. Log y equal to 0 to 2. Log of 1 plus x dx. In the previous problem we have taken it is the u and it is the v. Then that one can we do in a simplest manner? Let us assume that 1 by x is some variable t. Then dx is equal to dt. Change the lower limit as well as upper limit again. 1 plus x is t means if x is 0 means t will be 1. If maybe upper limit, if x is 2 means t will be 3. Now log y is equal to 1 to 3 log t dt. Now use the uv form. Previously we have done with the help of only x, but now I am converting in terms of t. In what way you do also you will get the easiest answer only. Now use the integration by parts formula. U integration v dx minus integration of d by dx of u integration v dx and dx. Now I have applied the integration by parts. Highlight formula. Log t, integration of dt is t minus differentiation of log t is 1 by t, dt is t, get cancelled. Now log y is equal to t log t minus t. Use the limit now, 1 to. Now see here, we have to do here t of taken out common t into log t minus 1 apply the limit 3 into log 3 minus 1 minus 1 into log 1 minus 1. So 3 log 3 minus 3 minus log 1 anyhow 0, 1 into 1 it is plus. So 3 log 3 minus 2. You can write it as log 3 log 3 can be written log 27. 2 can be written as log e square to the base e. So log a minus log b is 27 by e square, which is log y. Log and log get cancel, y equal to 27 by e square will be the required answer. Now look at the given problem. Limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n square into 1 plus 2 square by n square into 1 plus 3 square by n square and so on. 1 plus n square by n square is given whole power 1 by. We know that if it is the sum means we can do, but it is multiplied. We know the procedure whenever they have a given 1 by power as 1 by n and multiplication is given. By applying the log we can do it. I have applied the log and I have done the similar procedure like a previous two problems. Then I have got the log y is equal to, it is varying from the 1 to n. So here I have written r square by n square, which is r by n whole square. I have chosen r by n as x. Lower limit and upper limit we have taken. We got log y is equal to 0 to 1 log of 1 plus x square dx. Use the u as well as v. Use the integration by parts formula. Now we need to find out the integration of this. We are doing the integration with the help of the integration by parts formula. Now I am using the uv. So log of 1 plus x square integration dx minus d by dx of 1 plus x square integration dx. Log y is equal to log of 1 plus x square into x minus log of integration differentiation of log of 1 plus x square is 1 by x square. X square inner differentiation is 2x, it into x. Now log y is equal to x into log of 1 plus x square minus 2x square by x square plus 1. To simplify this, simply I am adding 2 and subtracting 2, but minus into minus it will become plus 1 by x square. Now clearly log y is equal to x into log of 1 plus x square minus 2 into x square plus 1 by x square plus 1 plus 2 into, it is clearly in the form of tan inverse x, cancelled, and dx is left over. So x into log of 1 plus x square minus 2x plus 2 into tan inverse x is equal to log y. Now apply the limit. Log of 1 plus 1 minus 2 plus 2 into tan inverse 1. Lower limit anyhow 0, entire will be 0. So log 2 minus 2 plus 2 into pi by 4. We know that tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. 1 time, 2 time. So here log 2 minus e square base e plus log of e power pi by 2. To make it into the simplest form, which are positives, we will multiply log of 2 into e power pi by 2 by which are under subtraction, we will take them it as a denominator which is equal to log y. So y equal to 2 into e power pi by 2 by, we know that a power m by a power n can be written as a power m minus n. So pi by 2 minus 2. Y equal to 2 into e power pi by 4 by 2 will be the required answer. Option C is the correct one. Let's move to the next problem. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into sin power 5 pi by 6n plus sin power 5 2 pi by 6n plus and so on sin power 5 pi by 2. Clearly, which is changing is here 1, 2, everything here fixed one is 6n. In what way I can get 6n here? By multiplying with 3n. Then I will get a 6n. So clearly you can understand that r is varies from 1 to 3n. Sin power 5 r by nothing but r pi by 6n. So clearly this totally will become as, by taking that r by n value is, r pi by n value is, r pi by 6n value is x, lower limit is, here it is 1, pi by 6n, we know that n is tends to infinity, pi by 6n also will give you 0, upper limit is 3n by 6n equal to x, n cancel 1 time and 2 time. So limit is 0 to pi by 2 sin power of 5x dx. We know that integration of 0 to pi by 2 sin power nx dx, when n is clearly odd number, n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 by n minus 2 will end with 2 by 3. See here, 5 is power 5 is an odd number, so 5 minus 1. So start with a even number 4 by 5 into the next even number 2 by 3. That's it. We got the answer. 8 by 15 is the answer. Let's move to the next problem. See here the given problem. Limit n tends to infinity 1 power a plus 2 power a plus 3 power a and so on n power a by n plus 1 whole power a minus 1 into na plus 1 plus na plus 2 and so on na plus n is equal to 1 by 60 they given. We supposed to find out the a value. For this, simply let me divide this entire one with n power a and multiply with n power a. Limit n tends to infinity n power a into 1 power a by n power a plus 2 power a by n power a plus 3 power a by n power a plus and so on plus n power a by n power a. Let us take it n power a minus n plus 1 whole power a minus 1 as like that only. na plus 1 plus na plus 2 and so on na plus n is given. Clearly, how many na terms are there? N terms are there. So, na into n. Later on, what numbers are there? All natural numbers from 1 to n. You know that sum of natural numbers, first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. So, limit n tends to infinity n power a into, can I write it as 1 by n whole power a? Yes, we can. 2 by n whole power a? Yes, we can write. And so on. N by n whole power a. Obviously 1. Now n, take out n power a minus 1 is common from here. 1 plus 1 by n whole power a minus 1. So here I got n square a plus n square by 2 plus n by 2. I simplified. Under cancellation, here n power a and n power a minus 1, n is left over. Limit n tends to infinity, n into 1 by n whole power a plus 2 by n whole power a plus and so on, n by n whole power a by 1 plus 1 by n whole power a minus 1 into, let's take out n square is common, n square into a plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2n. Here n times and 1 times get cancelled. Let's apply the limit here. Now limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n whole power a plus 2 by n whole power a plus and so on plus n by n whole power a not changed. Let's apply limit here. It is 1 power 1 by n anyhow. When limit n tends to infinity, when n is tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. So 1 plus 0 whole power a minus 1, nothing but 1, because a is some positive real value. A plus 1 by 2, 1 by 2n value also will become 0, which is equal to 1 by 60. Already n is there. Now it is looking like our desired form. Limit n tends to infinity, 1 by n sigma r by n whole power a whole by a plus 1 by 2 is there, which is equal to 1 by 60. Take r by n is x, lower limit is anyhow 0, upper limit is 1. Integration 0 to 1 x power a dx by 2a plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 60. X power a can be written as the integration of x power a dx is x power a plus 1 by a plus 1 with limits 0 to 1. After applying the integration, you may get 1 by a plus 1 by 2a plus 2. After simplification, 2 by a plus 1 into 2a plus 1, which is equal to 1 by 60. Let's simplify. It will be 2a square plus 3a plus 1 equal to 120. Now you will get a quadratic equation, 2a square plus 3a minus 119 equal to 0. After factorizing, you may get that a value is either 7 or minus 17 by 2. They said clearly a is a some positive real value, so a value is 7. In that way we can do it. Let's move to the next problem. Now we came to an end, the last model in this limit sums. See here, they have given roots, but there is an indirect way of the nth term. In what way we can express is limit n tends to infinity, 1 by root or n square minus 1 square plus. Clearly it will end with what? We need it. It is in the form of an odd number. So you have to understand that n square minus n square is 0. Cannot be 2n minus 1. So n square minus n minus 1 whole square. I hope you have understood in what way you are supposed to write. Limit n tends to infinity sigma r is equal to 1 to n minus 1 1 by root over n square minus r square. By taking n square is out, limit n tends to infinity, 1 by root over 1 minus r square by n square. Root n square means n, and also sigma r is equal to 1 to n minus 1. Thus it will convert into 0 to 1. 1 by root over 1 minus x square. In what way I taken is, simply I have taken r by n is x. I applied the lower limit. 1 by n is equal to x. We know that x equal to 0. In the same manner, I have taken n minus 1 by n for the upper limit. N by n minus 1 by n. It is anyhow 0. It is 1. It is clearly looking like the integration of dx by root over 1 minus x square is sine inverse x. Apply the limit 0 to 1, sine inverse 1. We know that sine at pi by 2 will give you the 1. So answer is pi by 2. Now if you have observed, this problem is quite similar to the above problem. But here 2n is given. Can we write it as everything is having 4n square. So can I write it as 4n square? Yes, we can write square root of 4n square is 2n. It is matching. Take that minus 0. And rest over try it, 4n square minus 1 plus 4n square minus 4. 4 can be written 2 square. 1 can be written 1 square. So it last, if it is continuing like that, 4n square minus n square means just 3n square should come. But here what is there in the last term of this series? 3n square plus 2n minus 1. I told you 2n minus 1, if it is representing an odd number, definitely it is the difference between two consecutive squares. Here also same. But here it is 4n square minus n minus 1 whole square. Then clearly you will get the required 3n square plus 2n minus 1. So here limit n tends to infinity. R is varies from 0 to n minus 1. 1 by root over 4n square minus r square. By taking here n is common, limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 0 to n minus 1, 1 by root n square, root 4 minus r square by n square. 1 by root n square is nothing but n only. So limit n tends to infinity, sigma r equal to 0 to n minus 1, 1 by n. 1 by root over 4 minus r square by n square. From here onwards, you know very well, you will take that 0 to 1 dx by root over 4 minus x square. It is clearly look in the form of sine inverse x by 2. You will apply it 0 to 1. You will get sine inverse 1 by 2. Sine inverse 1 by 2 is nothing but pi by 6 is the answer. In this way we can solve. In this video, from beginning to till the end of the 20th problem, I have mentioned the all categories of limit to infinity sums without missing a single model. So these 20 problems, if you were learn, you can do any kind of the limit to infinity sums easily, and these are the most expected problems in the EAMCET 2020 for the both TS and AP. For more educational videos, especially in MPC, please subscribe, share, like my channel. SAC E-Classes, a specialist learning center for everyone. Thank you for watching.